Tell me when.
When?
When what?
When?
What? Is it recording?
Yes. Yes.
Oh! Hot diggity. All right, welcome to math. We're doing math today. In math, we're talking about circles. Okay, very important, very special. Okay, your head like a big circle. Important to know how to measure it. Okay, if you are donning your Mandalorian mask, you must know how big your head is so it can fit in that mask. Circles, very important. Okay, there's really cool connections with circles, the measurements of circles. We talked about this. Let's do a little recap. First, I'm going to make a circle. This is an awesome tool on Polypad to make circles. Here we go, making a circle. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Okay, there's our circle. If I want to measure across the circle, the whole way across that circle, what is that measurement called? Okay, across, and I can do it any way. It'll be all the same. What's that measurement called? David? Diameter. Okay, we use a small d for diameter. Okay, so I'll grab my virtual ruler and I'll virtually measure my circle across, and it's about 4. Okay, 4 centimeters. If I put this ruler anywhere on this circle, okay, it'll be the same. Okay, straight across, it's 4. It's 4 straight across in any direction. It's 4 centimeters. Okay, the other important measurement that we use measures half of the length across a circle. Anyone know what that's called? A few friends know. Tegan? I couldn't hear that. What's it called?
Radius.
Isaiah?
Radius.
Radius. Called radius. Radius. Radius is halfway across the circle. Okay? So I position my ruler. I'd find the exact middle, which is pretty challenging a lot of the time to find the exact middle. But there's an easy way of finding radius. I'll tell you in a minute, okay? So exact middle. In this case, it kind of clicks in place there on Polypad, so it's nice and easy. And of course, it's 2. Because if the diameter is 4 and radius is halfway across, half of 4 is 2. We use R to show radius, and it's 2 centimeters. Okay? There's always a relationship between these two numbers. All right? I can write it like this. D equals 2 times R. So D is always 2 radiuses because it goes the whole way across, and radius just goes halfway across. So 2 radiuses is always equal to 1 diameter. If in a math problem you're given the radius of a circle, you always know also the diameter. Just do 2 of those radiuses. Okay? In the same way, radius is half of a diameter. So I can write that as half d like that. It's halfway. Again, if I have a problem and I'm given the diameter, I automatically know the radius is just half that diameter. Now, the one special thing I want to remind you of, when I have an algebraic equation that involves variables like letters like r, I can write this, instead of 2 times r, I can write that as 2r. It saves some space. When you begin to see bigger and bigger math problems like that in high school, grade 8, grade 9, 10, to save space, when those two numbers, that number and the variable, are side by side, it automatically means 2 times r. Okay? All right. That is diameter and radius. So I were to put this on a little table like this, okay? D for diameter, R for radius. Diameter is 4, radius is 2. I also want to measure around the circle. And I put a C there. Who could remind me what the name is for the space around the circle. We call that perimeter if we're measuring a polygon, like a square, rectangle, triangle. What do we call it for a circle? It's a special word. Owen?
Circumference.
Circumference. And we show circumference not as a small c, because centimeters is a small c and that can get confusing, and cent is a small c. It's a big C for circumference, and it measures the outside of the circle. We measured that today by taking a piece of string, wrapping it around the circle, and then unfurling that string and using our ruler to measure that. And some friends saw some patterns when they measured carefully. Is there a friend who wanted to tell me what pattern they saw when they measured carefully? Anybody? I know some friends did. I wish they would tell me. Quinn M, can you be brave and tell me? What pattern did your group see when you measured carefully the circumference?
We noticed that, I think it was the diameter or radius, I'm not sure which
Okay.
one, but circumference was like 3 times of that.
Interesting.
It was diameter.
Diameter. So this group realized that the circumference was always about 3 times the diameter. In other words, if I took this diameter across here and made that as a string, it would just about wrap 1, wrap 2, it would just about wrap 3 times around that circle. No matter how big or small the circle was, the diameter was almost always almost 3 times, the circumference was always about 3 times bigger. So what's 3/4? So give us about the circumference. If we're saying that circumference is about 3 diameters, what is the value of 3/4? Curtis?
12.
12. Okay. Let's put this over here. 12. Circumference will be about 12. But let me tell you the special number that we use that helps us to figure out circumference and later area of circles. Okay? It is a unique, very special, I'm about to blow your mind, symbol we use that sounds very tasty. You will use this all throughout your math career. In high school, if you choose to be engineer, any kind of operator, anything with anything, use this lots of times. And you may also enjoy it at Thanksgiving, Christmas. My daughter loves this for a birthday. It's not a cake. She likes to have this instead. Does anyone know what it's called? KJ?
Pi.
It's called pi. Okay? It looks like this. The symbol looks like that. Okay? And it's actually pi, not PIE, like the tasty pie. We call it pi though. And pi is an irrational number. Okay? Which means it actually has no end. It actually isn't like a nice, clean, regular number. We often show it to equal 3.14, which you might notice, Owen, is a bit more than 3. It's a little bit more than 3. And it's a special kind of magical math number that we can use to help us figure out circumference. So in this case, I know that circumference is about 3 times diameter. So I can do this. Ready? Watch this. I can do pi d. Is that crazy?
Yes.
In other words, okay, that also means 3.14 times In this case, d is 4 times 4. Okay? So pi is a number that automatically substitutes for about 3 times that we can use to calculate circumference of any circle if we know the diameter or the radius. If I only know radius in this case, what can I times pi by? If I don't know diameter, the diameter is 4, I just know radius, what can I times that by to still get circumference? Isaiah?
2.
2. 2 radiuses, right?
Yeah.
So I can do 2 times pi times my r, which is 2, and get my answer, right? Because I know that diameter is 2 radiuses. So if I have diameter or I have radius, and I know pi is 3.14, I can times that to find the circumference. Okay? Isaiah, can you figure out 3.14 times 4 with the assistance of a virtual assistant? Why is it beeping like that?
I don't know. It exploded. What's 3.4 times 4?
Get out of here.
I know.
I'm scared. I think he planted a sequel, guys.
3.14 times 4.
Is 12.56.
12.16. So you see how close we were, right? We said about 12, right? Was Curtis's guess. 3/4 was about 12. The actual answer, right, using pi, 3.14, is 12.16, right? So circumference, using the exact formula with pi, will probably give you a decimal number because 3 diameters doesn't exactly wrap around that circle, okay? So using that formula, you will often get a decimal number. Quinn?
Think we'll play a song after this, like about pi.
I can sing all the pi songs you want, okay? That'll be in the extra blooper bonuses. Okay. Now you know, guys, pi, very important for calculating circumference of circles. And that is the relationship, right? Diameter, all the way across. Radius, halfway across. So diameter is 2 radiuses. And circumference is about 3 diameters to wrap around that circle. But you can substitute pi in there, which is about 3. Gives us a more accurate answer. And then to find circumference, right, we times pi by d, by that diameter. Okay? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and Layla, go to the washroom.
Bye.
No.
Yay.